From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and time now for the nation's sharpest opinion. Now, just a year after Indira Gandhi put in the word secular and socialist, and my emphasis on the word secular, just a year after she inserted the word secular, year or two after that, into the preamble of the Constitution to distract from what she was doing, her dictatorship, the fascism of her son, the untold torture, and the removal of all democratic rights in India. Just a year or two after that, after the emergency, in Sambhal there were riots, 1978, ladies and gentlemen. Now, those were terrible riots, terrible riots. It's alleged more than 180 to 200 people lost their lives in the violence. 24 Hindus were killed and then burnt. Hindus were targeted brutally. Families were forced to migrate from Sambhal. There was complete terrorism in Sambhal, communal terrorism. Now, there were 1,272 people who were named, 200 people were booked. Cases were filed, were closed due to lack of evidence. Only 6 people were convicted in 2 cases. 80 people in 6 cases were exonerated by the court. And you will ask, under whose tenure did this injustice happen? Who allowed it? Well, the Sambhal riots happened. Hindus were targeted and killed and tortured when the Janata Party was in power. Morarji Desai was the Prime Minister. Chaudhary Charan Singh was the Home Minister. After that, it was the Congress who was in power for a decade. When the Sambhal cases were closed, it was the Congress Party in power. VP Singh 80 to 82, Shripati Mishra 82 to 84, and right up to Narayan Dutt Tiwari in 1989, the Congress and the people who were earlier close to the Janata Party will not like to hear it, but the fact is, Yogi Adityanath is 100,000% right when he says there was injustice in Sambhal. And that's why he says that for him it is a wound which must undergo surgery. Ladies and gentlemen, the whole country is talking about his comment yesterday and wondering why Yogi Adityanath in that conversation spoke about a surgery. The allegation against Yogi Adityanath is that he's thinking very, very sharp, but the questions and the ways in which he answered those questions are uncomfortable, that we should have a more placid response. We should be quiet about the injustice of the past and not pick up or rake up old issues. Ladies and gentlemen, will that cover up the fact that the witnesses in the case were pressurized? Will that cover up the fact that people whose families were killed were forced to leave Sambhal? Will it be cover up the fact that people there were allegations that top politicians, some of them from the minority community, put pressure on the victims to make them leave Sambhal? Why should the present generations in this country 45 years later not know the terror that was unleashed in Sambhal? Viewers, what is Yogi Adityanath saying? He's saying, I'm not going to let go of the issue. And there are several people, some within the BJP, many outside the BJP, who would not want the Sambhal issue to be raked up because it is seen to be an uncomfortable issue. There are people who are concerned at what will be the opinion of the Western media if issues like Sambhal are raised. My question to them is, will the Western media come and rule our country? Will the Western media, will these so-called Western critics analyze the real problems of our country? Do they know the real reasons for the unrest in our country? Do they know and acknowledge the truth about Muslim appeasement and the targeting of Hindus? Would they speak about the Sabarmati train burning, the way in which 58 people were killed and burnt alive? Would the Western media write opinion pieces on them? It wouldn't. So why should we care for the Western media? Why should we not just care for the truth? And in that context, Yogi Adityanath's sharp comment, I agree, very controversial comment, a comment which has made people look and listen, but a comment which people have taken attention to, towards which their attention has been drawn, is his use of the word surgery. Ladies and gentlemen, please notice the body language of Yogi Adityanath when he answered that question. He was in deep thought. He was answering the question, looking downward a little bit, as if he was measuring every word, and then he said that there are some things which cannot be solved by radiotherapy or chemotherapy. They have to be solved by surgery. However big the wound is, it can be solved only if there is a proper and clean surgery done. This may be Yogi Adityanath's style of speaking, way of operating. Some people may say this is the bulldozer approach. The question is this: is the bulldozer approach the right approach? I know views are divided on this, but on the nation's sharpest opinion tonight, as the Yogi government begins the process of a reinvestigation into that very 1978 massacre in Sambhal, 1978 riots in Sambhal, then remember this, viewers, obviously the wound has not healed. 1978 to 2025, somebody born in that year 1978 would be 46 years old today, which means that anybody under the age of 60 would not have a very strong recollection of Sambhal and may have no recollection at all that Sambhal ever happened. But the fact is, it did happen. It did happen, ladies and gentlemen. And that is why the focus tonight is on hashtag the Sambhal surgery. Tell me what you think on this subject. Now, let's debate.
ये कहते हैं पुराने विवादों पर को बंद करके रखो, इनको फिर से खुरेदने की जरूरत नहीं है।
पुराना जख्म का उपचार होना बहुत आवश्यक है, नहीं तो कैंसर हो जाता। सर्जरी एक बार होगी और उस सर्जरी के लिए हमें तैयार रहना होगा। संभल के बारे में सारी चीजें पहले से तय हैं। आज आप देख रहे होंगे कैसे एक एक करके वहां पर संभल का इस्लामीकरण हुआ, कैसे वहां पर पूरी तरह एक एक चिन्ह नष्ट किए गए। हिंदू विरासत से, सनातन धर्म की विरासत से जुड़े हुए स्थलों को कैसे नष्ट किया गया, ताला बंद कर दिया गया, कुएं पाट दिए गए, बावड़ियां पाट करके घर बना दिए गए, सब कुछ कर दिया,
कंक्रीट लगा दी गई।
और लगातार वहां दंगे होते थे, कोई सरकारें नहीं बोलती थी। 1947 से लेकर के 2017 के पहले तक 209 हिंदुओं की हत्या हुई। 1976 में 8 हिंदू निर्मम रूप से मारे गए और 1978 में 184 हिंदुओं की सामूहिक हत्या हुई। एक भी दरिंदे के खिलाफ कार्रवाई नहीं हुई, एक को भी कार्रवाई, एक के खिलाफ भी कार्रवाई नहीं हुई। मैं पूछना चाहता हूं, इनके पास 500 वर्षों से अधिक का इतिहास नहीं, और मैं कहता हूं मेरे पास 5000 वर्ष से पुराना इतिहास है। मैं प्रमाण दे रहा हूं। प्रमाणों की चर्चा होती है तो क्या इस पे चर्चा करेंगे? नहीं कर सकते।
योगी जी एक अनुमति दें। हाँ, ये कहते हैं पुराने विवाद हैं, पुराने विवादों पर ताला लगा दो। इनका कहना है कि वे पुराने विवाद हैं। फिर कहते हैं प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप एक्ट है, तो कह रहे पुराने विवादों पर को बंद करके रखो, इनको फिर से खुरेदने की जरूरत नहीं है। तो उनको आप क्या कहेंगे योगी जी?
देखिए, पुराना जख्म का उपचार होना बहुत आवश्यक है, नहीं तो कैंसर हो जाता। उसका समाधान होना बहुत आवश्यक है, क्योंकि ये उपचार की प्रक्रिया के साथ, अन्यथा कितनी भी कीमोथेरेपी और रेडियोथेरेपी आप देते रहेंगे, उसका समाधान नहीं होने वाला है। सर्जरी एक बार होगी और उस सर्जरी के लिए हमें तैयार रहना होगा।
सर्जरी
थोड़ा कितना भी बड़ा क्यों ना हो, अगर एक बार कायदे से सर्जरी हो जाएगी तो नए सिरे से फिर वह आगे बढ़ेगा। और मुझे लगता है कि इस प्रकार के विवादों का समाधान का रास्ता हमें आगे बढ़ा।
The Arnab Yogi interview has set the national agenda once again. After Yogi's Sambhal surgery remark,
ये कहते हैं पुराने विवादों पर को बंद करके रखो, इनको फिर से खुरेदने की जरूरत नहीं है।
पुराना जख्म का उपचार होना बहुत आवश्यक है, नहीं तो कैंसर हो जाता। सर्जरी एक बार होगी और उस सर्जरी के लिए हमें तैयार रहना होगा। फोड़ा कितना भी बड़ा क्यों ना हो, अगर एक बार कायदे से सर्जरी हो जाएगी तो नए सिरे से फिर वह आगे बढ़ेगा।
Uttar Pradesh government has begun the process to initiate a probe into 1978 Sambhal riots. The Sambhal police is already on the job to gather the Sambhal files. The Sambhal surgery has begun.
I would not keep quiet and I would take this thought process of Yogi ji forward by doing surgery of every bloody temple that has been encroached by so-called mafia.
जो कश्मीर फाइल है, संभल की फाइल उससे भी खतरनाक है। जिस तरह कश्मीर की बीमारी का इलाज हो रहा है, उस तरह संभल की सर्जरी जरूरी है।
तो निश्चित तौर पर यह आवाज सुनी जानी चाहिए, क्योंकि पीड़ित के परिजन अब भी न्याय की आस लगाए बैठे हैं कि कैसे उनके साथ तत्कालीन सरकारों ने मजहबी तुष्टीकरण के चलते अन्याय करने का काम किया था।
The Congress has questioned the move, calling it an attempt to target one community.
They have mindset to torture a particular community. If you are reopening criminal cases of 78 communal rights, thousands, hundreds and hundreds communal rights had taken place in Uttar Pradesh in last 70-75 years, then you should probe.
The 1978 Sambhal riots remain a sensitive chapter in Uttar Pradesh's history. And the reinvestigation is a ray of hope to the victims.
एक बार फिर से जो फाइल है वो रीओपन होने की तैयारी हो रही है कि 78 में जो दंगे हुए थे उनके प्रॉपर तरीके से इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो। तो इस पे आपका क्या कहना है?
नहीं होनी चाहिए, उस वक्त तो नहीं मिल पाया इंसाफ। गवाहों को भी सब इतनी धमकी दी जाती थी, सरकारें भी ऐसी थी जो उन्हीं के फेवर में थी। आज अगर कोई इंसाफ मिलता तो बहुत बढ़िया बात है।
As Arnab's interview sets the national agenda, will a permanent solution that Yogi seeks be found post the surgery?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's put the guests on screen. Thank you. Nahid Lari Khan, surgery to hogi. Nahid Lari Khan ji, Samajwadi Party opening the debate tonight. Vishnu Shankar Jain, senior advocate fighting for the Sambhal case. Shantanu Gupta, author, RSS-leaning pro-yogi. Tuhin Sinha of the BJP. Syed Aslam and Atikur Rahman. Nahid Lari Khan, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can
now,
hear you.
Yogi Adityanath's comment has gone totally viral. Totally viral. I can tell you, there are so many people that comment on surgery has gone crazy viral. They are saying this is the agenda. And Yogi Adityanath has not diluted his agenda. Many people thought, Shantanu, that Yogi Adityanath would go a little soft. But yesterday I found him even more aggressive.
Arnab, in fact, I should compliment you. I think in your journalist career, that one of your best interviews. And Yogi Adityanath did not duck even a single question. He was like hitting out of the boundary for every question, and you did not stop. You were like sharp as you are always, and you're asking insightful, historically relevant questions, and he was giving historical context, political context.
In fact, I took some liberty yesterday because the context was a Mahakumbh Sammelan of our network. And it happened in Lucknow. And, you know, it obviously the context was more of a spiritual setting, but I could not help but ask the question on Sambhal. But it was in his mind, you see, Shantanu. Isn't it Vishnu Shankar Jain? It seemed that unke man mein jo tha, unhone keh diya. He did not filter what he felt. Vishnu Shankar Jain, you're fighting for Sambhal. What does that surgery comment mean to you?
See, now, Arnab, let's put some certain important points in perspective. Now, case crime number 86, 88, 89, 104, 110, 113, 118, 123, 131 and 241. These are the case crime numbers which were registered in Sambhal. And let me, with lot of sense of responsibility, tell you, Arnab, that 1100 people were under the zone of investigation. And when the trial happened, Only 2 people were convicted, Arnab. Only 2 people. Now the point is, and which was the opening remark of your channel also, the point is that today, sir, only 2 people have been convicted. So if the state government is taking a decision that against those people who have been wrongly acquitted, they have a right to file a criminal appeal before the High Court, definitely they can do it under the purview of law.
What does he mean by surgery? You see, people, let me put it this way. His critics and his enemies and his political opponents are either very wary of him or scared of him, because he's got this bulldozer type approach. Tuhin Sinha, when Yogi Adityanath says surgery hogi, he's not saying surgery honi chahiye. He said, mark the words, he said, surgery hogi aur uske liye sabko taiyar hona hoga. He's almost saying surgery hogi, there's going to be a major surgery.
Well, Arnab,
aur hame taiyar hona hoga. What does he mean by that?
there are several obnoxious chapters in our history which have remained buried for far too long just to keep up the facade of multicultural peace.
Secular state, yeah.
But when truth remains buried for too long, it makes the situation even more lopsided, where the culprit gets emboldened and the victim situation becomes far more precarious. And that is exactly what has happened in Sambhal.
Can you tell us who do you want to take
That
the
is
revenge
exactly
against?
what has happened in
Can you
Sambhal
tell us
since.
who do you want to take
Please
the
don't.
revenge against?
Syed, let him complete. I'm coming to you after this.
What?
Syed, I'm coming to you after this. I'll give you your opportunity.
So that is exactly what has happened from 1978, where Hindus have been regularly persecuted. When you look back at the 1978 riots, 184 Hindus were killed over the period of a few months. But in one particular macabre incident, 24 Hindus were buried, with tires. And I think all of these need to be investigated, because that marked the starting point of an irreversible ghettoization of Sambhal. When such incidents take place, it alters the situation in 2 important ways. Number one, Hindus continuously were persecuted from 1978 onwards. But in particularly today, in the context of what we have seen happening in Bangladesh, in the context of the grooming gangs of UK, the population also becomes vulnerable to things like love jihad. So all of these need to be reviewed, and that surgery which Yogi Adityanath ji has mentioned.
What does he mean by surgery?
Will go a long way.
What does he mean by surgery? No, because the case is in court. What does he mean by surgery, and how is it viewed on the other side? Nahid Lari Khan, मैं हिंदी में फिर से दोहराना चाहता हूँ उन्होंने जो कहा है before I get your response. What does he mean by surgery?
Arnab, surgery has already been taking place. मैं आपको बताऊं, surgery has already been taking place in the last few months. The discovery of Sambleshwari Mandir, that was the result of surgery. The discovery of 11 crore theft, electricity theft by the sitting member of parliament, Ziaul Barq, that was part of the surgery. But now the most major surgery needs to take place so that this mindset of ghettoization ends once and for all.
Okay, Nahid Lari Khan.
Do the surgery for development. If you want to do the surgery for peace. If you want to do the surgery, do it for education.
वो तो रोज
if you want
करते
to
हैं.
do the surgery, do it for the health sector.
वो तो हम रोज करते हैं.
Who are you taking
संभल
the
की
revenge
सर्जरी
against?
अगर होगी तो संभल में भी विकास होगा.
Revenge against? I ask you a question.
This surgery is
I ask you
important to make sure that development happens in places like Sambhal, which have been left behind because of the radical mindset of the Barq family.
What is radical mindset?
Ziaul Barq, the grandfather of the sitting, Shafilul Barq, the grandfather of the sitting member of parliament, used to advocate for Sharia law in the country. You think development can take place in this kind of a toxic
I would like to now get Nahid, please, on the debate. Nahid, the truth has to be accepted, and Hindus were targeted by Muslims. I'm not saying all Muslims, but violent Muslims targeted Hindus and killed over 180 Hindus in a terrible riot in Sambhal, and violent Muslims terrorized a lot of Hindus to leave from Sambhal. Thousands of Muslims were involved, 1,272 persons were named, 200 people were booked, majority Muslim, and then the Congress closed the case because they wanted the Muslim vote. This is a reality. See, so first of all, I want you to accept that there is an old wound, and the wound is a result of the violence of sections of the Muslim community in Sambhal on innocent Hindus. Agree or disagree?
Arnab, allow me an uninterrupted time since you are doing a debate on a very serious issue. See, right now you were talking about surgery and you were showing Adityanath ji's interview. See, like China, Adityanath has pushed Uttar Pradesh into addiction. You understand the position of Uttar Pradesh, Arnab? 18-year-old youth is legally allowed to consume alcohol. What the situation of Uttar Pradesh has turned into. 3 youth in Lucknow named Akash, Sagar and Sonu, they vandalized the traffic booth, beat up the TI because they were drunk. They were totally intoxicated, they were drunk. Why? Because Adityanath has allowed consumption of alcohol for 18 years. License for opening bars is at a very low rate. Ghar ghar mein khane khule hue hain, where it was not allowed earlier to sell alcohol in bus, train station, in railway, in planes. Now BJP government has allowed alcohols to be sold in railway station and at metro station. Why? Because this is a party which wants
alcohol problem,
the houses of women to be destroyed. 1 point. Second point, you were talking about surgery. See, you should understand, Arnab, that BJP and RSS and their supporters and their
intoxicated on radicalization.
See, I didn't interrupt anybody, Arnab. I told you it's a very serious debate, so please do it seriously. Your debates are watched internationally and you're doing it on a very serious issue, so please.
Tohin, please respond after her. Please respond after her. I'll come to you, Tohin, after she finishes.
No, you were talking about surgery.
I'll come to you after she finishes.
Alcoholism on Sambhal.
Mr. Adityanath is talking about surgery, so let me tell you that BJP, RSS, their supporters and their purkhas, they are suffering from a very serious illness and from a long time, and the name of that illness is Heen Bhavna Se Grast. They are Heen Bhavna Se Grast, and there is no surgery for this. No, there is no surgery for this, there is no medication for this. They will be cured only after 500 years. It will take 500 years for BJP, RSS and their supporters to be cured from this illness, which is known as Heen Bhavna Se Grast. Now you're talking about Sambhal. In Sambhal, there is no investigation that the BJP government is doing. BJP government has asked for the status report of 1978 riots, right? So nobody is saying anything. But the intention is not fair. If the intention of BJP government is fair, then they should ask for the status report of Malyana, Hashimpura, Pilibhit, Kanpur and Muzaffarnagar. And most important, after 1978, straight after that 2 years, on 13th August 1980, on Eid, in Eidgah in Muradabad, because Sambhal was a part of Muradabad earlier. In Muradabad also a riot took place. So BJP government should ask status report of all these riots also. Then it will be shown that the intention of BJP government and Mr. Adityanath is very fair. Then only it will be cleared.
No, but
so we should talk about what High Court has said. The important thing is that what High Court has said. High Court has said to the lower court कि अब इस मामले में
Nahid, I'll ask you. Nahid, I'll ask you a question. Listen, I don't see why it should not matter that you're Muslim. You should just accept what is right and wrong is wrong. Are you ashamed to say that Hindus were killed by violent Muslims in Sambhal?
Arey Arnab ji, what's wrong with you? See,
nothing is wrong. I'm perfectly fine.
No. I said it openly to you right now. I said. See, the whole.
But then I'll ask you a question for that. If you agree with me, that violent Muslims killed Hindus in Sambhal, then should those violent Muslims not have been punished? But why were the violent Muslims allowed to be let go by the Congress party, your ally? What do you get by promoting the interests of a section of Muslims in Sambhal who are violent, who may have committed crimes in the past. Why should crimes of the past not be reinvestigated?
No, let me answer at least. Let me answer.
Yeah,
you
please.
asked me a question. Allow me time to answer. There is no investigation. I told you. I said status report मांगिए. Second thing you're asking that am I against it? I just told you that no one is against this status report. I'm saying you should ask for status report of rest of the places also where riots took place. No, but BJP is not asking for the status report.
There
of
are
all
so
those
many
places.
cases.
And if you talk about
There are so many cases.
At least
Sambhal has been turned into a war zone by Islamic fundamentalists. Sambhal has been turned into a war zone by Islamic fundamentalists. Is that a good thing? Vishnu will answer the question for you. Vishnu, am I wrong?
No, Vishnu. What will he answer?
No, I'm saying
he's the agent of BJP.
Arnab,
अभी तो हाई कोर्ट ने इनको लथाड़ लगाई है, सुनवाई नहीं होगी, इनको लथाड़ लगाई है,
by a particular government to release the terrorists. And you know, Arnab, for a fact I tell you that out of 20 of those hardcore terrorists who were accused of bombing in Sankat Mochan temple in Varanasi, in civil court in Lucknow and various other places of Uttar Pradesh, many have been convicted. Many have been convicted. And you know what was the order?
So,
which was passed by the government in 2013. Arnab, the order said innocent Muslim youth have been falsely trapped in the case. So in exercise of powers under section 321 of the CRPC, we are withdrawing the cases against them. We challenge this order before the Allahabad High Court. A 3-judge bench of the Honorable
93% viewers agreeing with Sambhal surgery comment of Yogi Adityanath. This is one of the biggest votes that we are getting. That is live right now. You can go in Republic World. You can scan to vote right now. Yeah, yes, I'd like to bring in Atikur Rahman. Atikur Rahman, be reasonable. The only question here is, जो पुराने घाव हैं, उनको खुरेदने से कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. You should not scratch at old wounds. Yogi Adityanath says the old wounds are going to become gangrenous. They will cause cancer. अब जितना भी रेडियोथेरेपी, केमोथेरेपी करो, कुछ फायदा नहीं होगा. सर्जरी की जरूरत है. एक तरह से डर की भावना, मुझे लगता है आतिकुर रहमान, people are scared. People are scared of Yogi Adityanath because he doesn't make a statement like this. You remember what he said? Nahid Ladi Khan, आपके लीडर वहाँ पे थे, उन्होंने बोला मिट्टी में मिला देंगे. ये माफिया को ये मिट्टी में मिला देंगे. और वक्फ पे भी उन्होंने कहा ये भूमाफिया 1-1 इंच वापस लूंगा. Obviously people think Atikur Rahman is dead serious about it. हंसने से क्या होगा? That's a fake laugh.
Everybody laughs at him. Arnab, you also know it. Everybody laughs at him. Nobody takes him seriously.
Yeah, Atikur, one minute. You are saying everybody laughs at him. Does the mafia also laugh at him?
Arnab.
Does the mafia laugh at him anymore?
Allow me.
Did Mukhtar Ansari laugh at him? Did Mukhtar Ansari laugh at him?
Samajwadi Party is the mafia.
The biggest mafia and the biggest bhoo-mafias and the biggest bhrashtacharis and the balatkari is BJP gang. BJP is not a party, you are a gang of mahabalatkaris, mahadakaits, mahabhrashtachar. Your own MLA is saying per day 50,000 cows are being slaughtered. For that BJP is not concerned. Gau hamari mata hai. Ab usko BJP khata hai. BJP khata hai. BJP RSS khub khata hai. Gau hamari mata hai ko. Roz 5 diet khata hai. Ab there is nothing. No discussion on that.
Let me bring you back to the debate.
Arnab ji, so many times on your debate I raised this issue of cows. So many times I raised the issue that per day so many cows are dying of hunger.
These rants have to be combated with facts.
नहीं मगर I'll ask you one thing. Nahid, I'll tell you. Nahid, I am not going into the religious history here. But listen to me here. I'm going to a fact. Viewers, I tell you this. People watching the program tonight, please tell all your friends and family to watch the program because I'm going to give an example. And please tell them to watch. I think we've had enough of this, these soft podcast formats and all that, where non-serious questions are asked and then everything becomes a joke. This is hard news, ladies and gentlemen. And I will throw a question. I expect the Samajwadi Party person to reply. Now listen to me, Nahid Ladi Khan. A man called Banwari Lal Goyal. 1978 riots killed by violent Muslims. You know how the violent Muslims killed him? You know, Shantanu will tell you, he knows the history. First his hands were cut, then his feet were cut, then his fingers were cut, then his throat was cut, his body was burnt, and his family could not even find the ashes. And then the violent Muslims, they terrorized his family so much, they had to leave Sambhal. The whole family was forced to leave Sambhal because of pressure, allegedly, from a politician from your party. सच्चाई बोलूं, सच्चाई को आपको फेस करने की आदत तो नहीं है, मगर आपकी मजबूरी है आज कि आपको सच्चाई आपके सामने रख रहा हूं. You have to tell me. No. Come to the subject. ऐसी जब कोई जख्म हो नाहिद लारी खान, उसकी सर्जरी होनी चाहिए.
Exactly.
बिल्कुल. अब ना क्या आंसर?
हाँ बोलिए, जरूर बोलिए. But after that there will be an open debate now.
Now these facts are tabled by
thank you. It's my time to answer. Why is he speaking in the middle? Ask him to be quiet. His name is not Nahid Lari Khan. I'm the only.
Let Nahid reply. उसके बाद debate होगी.
Thank you. See, of course, what has happened is nobody is in favor of any kind of violence.
Let's
not
investigate.
Me, not you.
Then if you're agreeing, let's reinvestigate.
What's wrong with this man?
Let's reinvestigate properly.
What's wrong with this man?
Reinvestigate properly under the guidance of the court.
Let him speak. His name is Nahid Lari Khan. Let him speak. बोलने दीजिए अब इनको. चुप नहीं हो रहे.
Then now these facts.
अरे भाई चुप हो जाइए. हिंदी में बताऊं आपको.
आप मुझे ये बताइए नाहिद लारी खान जी, नाहिद लारी खान जी, हिंदी में मैं भी बोल रहा हूं आपसे. आप मुझे एक बताइए, आपके पार्टी के जो फॉर्मर एमपी है शफीकुर रहमान बर्क, जिनके बेटे जियाउर रहमान बर्क इस वक्त सांसद है संभल से, वो क्यों नहीं कहते कि जिस तरह से बनवारी लाल जी को मारा गया, उनके हाथों को काटा गया, उनके पैर को काटा गया, फिर उनके गले को काटा गया, है ना?
अब मैं बोल
नहीं, एक मिनट. आज आपको चैलेंज करो, फोन कीजिए उनको, बोले अर्नब गोस्वामी लाइन पे कह रहे हो, इस पर स्टेटमेंट दीजिए.
अच्छा,
या फिर किसी हिंदू को मारा जाता है तो आपको दुख नहीं होती है? If a Hindu is killed and tortured, it is all right for you.
She will start laughing.
Secularism के नाम पे आप इस पर हंसेंगी.
She will start laughing now.
ये हंसने की बात है.
Allow me to speak.
Yeah, उनके लिए हंसने की बात है.
If you have called me.
Of course, I allow you to speak.
To allow me to
Please.
Speak. See, nobody supports any kind of violence, Arnab. No, not you, not me, not any human, not any party. I cannot vouch for BJP. That's a party which is an inhuman party. But any human will not support any kind of violence.
Well, let's reinvestigate.
Now you're talking about. Again, this man.
If you agree, then reinvestigate. Why you want to hide from
There's something wrong with his brain.
Brain?
Is he Nahid Lari Khan?
Okay, 1 minute. Nahid.
Investigation.
Okay, Shantanu, let him complete.
Keep quiet for a minute at least.
Okay.
See, you continuously talking about 1978. 1978, even BJP, at that time the name was Jansangh, they were in power, and the senior leader Ram Prakash Gupta, he was the industry minister. Kalyan Singh, he was the health minister in Uttar Pradesh. Later, after many years, they became CM of Uttar Pradesh. And in the center, Atalji and Advaniji, they both were powerful ministers at the center. Then if anything wrong and any violence of this sort happened, then that means that BJP is saying that they were also involved in
Tuhin will reply to that. Tuhin will reply. Tuhin.
No,
she's drawing you in. No, you got to hear his reply on that point.
दूसरा point तो ले लीजिए.
No, but इस पे रिस्पॉन्ड सुन लीजिए. नाहिद जी इस पे रिस्पॉन्स लेकर आगे बढ़ते हैं.
In Uttar Pradesh, crime is synonymous with Samajwadi Party. The mafia is synonymous with Samajwadi Party, and that is why they are so rattled by Yogi Adityanath ji's comments. Now, I have to remind you that the way they had encouraged Atiq Ahmed in politics, Atiq Ahmed, who was already a dreadful criminal, went on to become 100 times more dreadful after they made him the member of parliament. So Samajwadi Party knows that when Yogi Adityanath ji says that there will be surgery, that surgery will also be on Samajwadi Party. अर्नब, मैं बड़ी बात कह रहा हूं, उनको शांत रहने के लिए बोलिए। देखिए, crime in Uttar Pradesh cannot thrive without Samajwadi Party's backing. So when Yogi Adityanath ji says that there will be surgery, that surgery will also be on Samajwadi Party, whose members have been directly instrumental in this kind of religion-based crime. And that is why they are so rattled. Because they used to hold sway till about 10 years back. Today their influences have been decimated. There are limited areas in Uttar Pradesh where they still manage to perpetrate these kind of crimes. But in the time to come, they will be eroded from every Uttar Pradesh. They are the ones who are behind the land and aggrandizement plans of the Waqf. They are the ones who are responsible for the Sambhal violence. Without Samajwadi Party, without Samajwadi Party.
She's saying something to you. Tuhin, please wait. Yes, Nahid.
Know that.
नहीं, देखिए, आपने मुझे रोका, आपने कहा, जैसे ही मैंने कहा कि 1978 में बीजेपी उस वक्त जनसंघ जो थी वो खुद सेंटर में पावर में थे, अटल जी और अडवाणी जी केंद्र में मंत्री थे, और उत्तर प्रदेश में राम प्रकाश गुप्ता जो बीजेपी के बहुत बड़े लीडर, मंत्री, मंत्री, इन्होंने कोई जवाब नहीं दिया। आपने कहा जवाब देंगे उसका, कहां जवाब है बीजेपी के प्रवक्ता के पास?
79 में एक साल बाद हमने पावर खो भी दिया था। अगर हम पावर में थे, मैं इसका जवाब देता हूं अर्नब, we were in power for 2 years and 4 months, 16 months. But that does not mean that, we were perpetrating those riots. If today, 46 years later, we find...
No, but her point is, one minute. I ask you this question. 1978. Janata Party ruled the state. Ram Naresh Yadav was the chief minister. That is when the cases were filed. Prime Minister was Morarji Desai. Chaudhary Charan Singh was Home Minister. Backing of BJP at that time, Jansangh was there. Why did they not investigate and close the case when they were in power is the question she's asking.
No, I'm asking why did Atal ji and Advani ji, who were the ministers at the center at that time, why did it not?
No, why did they not? Why did they not? One minute. Why did they not? Atal ji, Advani ji were there. 1 minute. Could a possible answer be to him that the position of the earlier BJP was a little bit more like the Congress? Little bit. It's not the Yogi Adityanath approach. One minute. Yogi Adityanath approach is different.
The National Crime Records Bureau.
Yogi Adityanath is a far right approach.
Extremely.
Yogi Adityanath is hardline right approach.
Arnab,
not slightly right of center approach of earlier BJP.
Janata Party was a conglomeration of all opposition parties, which included the Samajwadis also. So by saying that Janata Party was BJP number one, that's a false, that's a wrong statement. Samajwadis were also, it was a combined opposition. Number two, that entire government was short-lived. It lived for 2 years and 4 months, all of 28 months. If today we feel that investigation did not proceed, we have every right to reopen.
No. The point is now you see.
Why is the Samajwadi Party so jittery about the reopening?
Tohin, I'd say this. See, I'm clear on this. Something wrong has happened, must be investigated. I support Yogi Adityanath's decision to reopen it. Now, my question is Atikur Rahman to you, because so far you've not spoken. Atikur, if it is found today that a big politician from Sambhal, from Samajwadi Party, was involved in the 1978 riots, then should that politician of Samajwadi Party, even if he is an MP or ex-MP, be arrested? And should the party leadership of the Samajwadi Party be forced to expel this individual and take a position on it? Atik?
Arnab, every surgery needs a surgery with a doctor's knife, not with a communal weapon.
Not with her?
And the UP Minister too is proposing. He is trying to solve the problem with a communal weapon. That's the main
communal weapon.
Now, if we want to really solve the problem and give justice to the victim, I have a simple question. If the riots you are mentioning, the only riots in India, have the Muslims not suffered out of riots?
But when Muslims suffer, you say there should be a complete investigation, there should be justice. When Hindus suffered, Vishnu Shankar Jain, you say forget it, why open up the old wounds? We are a secular country. That's your argument. So we are secular only when Muslims are victims, but not when Hindus are victims. This is the Sonia Gandhi approach.
At least show somebody's who's saying this, that don't open this issue.
And being an advocate in Sambhal case, I feel that I'm the victim in this case. What was the entire narrative which was built? That Vishnu Shankar Jain went with a court order to survey the mosque, and because of Vishnu Shankar Jain chanting Jai Shri Ram slogans, 5 people have lost their lives. This was the call which was given by the leader of the Samajwadi Party, which was the call which was given by the Samajwadi Party media then. And another question is this, that why this so-called Sambhal Shahi Jama Masjid is under the protection of the ASI, and today the ASI has filed an affidavit in the court that they are not able to enter the mosque. Arnab, let me tell you that the officials of the electricity department were not able to enter that area. 22 crore rupees was the theft amount which was happening in Sambhal. This is the surgery. There was a temple 46 years old. 46
you
years
are
old
an officer of the court,
no one was allowed to worship in that temple. This
not
is the
on a
surgery.
media
Today the people are allowed to worship.
Vishnu Shankar Jain louder.
The same that you have an agenda, and the agenda is not the agenda of your
Vishnu Shankar Jain louder.
It was a Teen Chandra. This entire Teen Chandra, this entire pilgrim has been converted. So this is the surgery that we want justice. We don't want justice which is there just on the paper book. We are a country governed by rule of law. And if we are a country governed by rule of law, then justice must happen. It is not just a paper justice. It is a justice on ground. This is the surgery we are talking about, Arnab.
Not on the media channel.
Atik.
मैं अतिकुर रहमान से पूछना चाहता हूँ, अर्नब, मैं अतिकुर रहमान साहब से पूछना चाहता हूँ कि ये बताइए,
एक मिनट, अतिकुर रहमान, 1 minute, let's listen. 1 minute, Vishnu Shankar Jain, repeat your point, others remain quiet. What's your point? बोलिए, क्या सवाल है आपका?
My point is this, कि संभल पूरा वफ है क्या? पूरा संभल वफ है क्या भाई? ये बताइए, संभल में पुलिस चौकी क्यों नहीं बन सकती है? Why a police station?
Naid Lari Khan.
Right in front of the mosque. Is it a waqf property? अगर बिजली
Naid Lari Khan, reply.
अगर बिजली चोरी हो रही है, can't it be investigated?
I'm not going to shout like this.
Why can't it be investigated? If there's a temple 46 years old,
this Jain, Mr. Jain, earlier Honorable Supreme Court took so cognizance on his activities. He's the agent of BJP on his activities, and Honorable Supreme Court has
Vishnu
will take place. Now Honorable High Court has charged them, and Honorable High Court has said,
I'm saying Vishnu louder.
Can I comment please?
Vishnu louder.
Yeah.
I want to ask this question, Arnab. इनके पास जवाब में बताएं।
Vishnu louder.
क्या पुलिस चौकी वहाँ पे नहीं बन सकती है क्योंकि वो प्रॉपर्टी है? ये सब क्या हो रहा है? और मैं एक बात और पूछना चाहता हूँ, why the MP of Samajwadi Party entered the survey on 19th of November when survey was happening as per the court order? Why the MP of Samajwadi Party entered the survey site?
Naid Lari Khan, reply.
All the people.
Reply. He's pointing a finger at your leader. He's pointing a finger at Ziaur Rahman Bag. He's talking about Ziaur Rahman Bag, who's currently the MP from Sambhal. Reply.
Your voice is cutting and coming to me. Arnab, please have that corrected. Anyhow, I'm saying that this is the same Mr. Jain who's sitting in your panel today.
50-50.
Earlier, Honorable Supreme Court just few days back showed him the door and said that no survey will take place. No survey will take place. No, all over India, no survey can take place. Now, Honorable High Court has just yesterday trashed by saying that अब सुनवाई नहीं होगी lower court में, इस पर कोई सुनवाई नहीं होगी. And now he's sitting here and doing all sorts of talking all sorts of nonsense. Is he above Honorable Supreme Court?
Has the court settled the Sambhal case altogether? Has the court settled the Sambhal case altogether? No.
No, but Honorable.
They haven't. No. 1 minute. No, Nahid. Let me tell you. Let me ask you tonight. Now I'm asking you. Getting into the debate in a fast format tonight. My question is, and Tuhin is on the debate as well. Let me ask you, Nahid. Please understand the site of the Bhavya Shri Harihar Mandir in Sambhal is more than just a site which the Hindus seek a rightful recognition of. There is a Hindu history, there is a Hindu significance, and the fact that Islamic rulers mercilessly demolished the Sambhal temple, it has deep associations with Bhagwan Vishnu, Shiv. Please understand, forced conversion to a mosque was allegedly done to the Sambhal temple. The Sambhal Mandir dedicated to the Kalki Avatar. To the Kalki Avatar, 1 minute. Sambhal is not just any other place.
So this, Arnab, I believe...
Sambhal is not any other place. Tomorrow you'll say it's Waqf land. I'm saying I'm a Hindu. It has significance to me, to my belief. Tomorrow you'll say Ayodhya pura. Ayodhya bhi Waqf ki property hai. आप बोलेंगे जहाँ भव्य राम मंदिर है वो भी वक्त की प्रॉपर्टी है.
Arnab, starting 19th November, some very important pre-surgery procedures have taken place. Can I come in, please? Arnab, starting 19th November, which is 1.5 months ago, several pre-surgery procedures have taken place and the results have been very effective. Number one, 50 radicals are arrested, some of whom were storing ammunition, Pakistan manufactured ammunition. Number two, Sambleshwari Mahadev temple, which was desecrated, has been found out. And number three, scores of electricity theft which had been happening for years have come to an end. So now the main surgery will be an attack on the Samajwadi Party mindset, which has been encouraging these practices over the last many years, and that is why these people are very rattled. The jihadi mindset is encouraged by Samajwadi Party in the entire Uttar Pradesh. These are the people who had made...
Nahid Lari Khan's reply to you, Tuhin. Thank you very much. Nahid Lari Khan is coming into the debate right now. Nahid is coming back to the debate. Nahid.
No. Is the BJP spokesperson of BJP above Honorable Supreme Court? It's Honorable Supreme Court, and Arnab, you are an educated person. You should not go against Supreme Court at least. BJP is so uneducated, lost. Unse kuch bhi expected, but with you should be cautious. Supreme Court has said no survey all over India. Not only in Sambhal, all over India. Supreme Court has said there has to be no survey.
What happened on 19th November was before the Supreme Court ruling, and any survey which was legally ordered should have taken place peacefully. There was no reason for radicals to protest and to indulge in violence over there.
50,000 गौ माता रोज काटी जा रही है. आपके विधायक के लिए एक्सपोर्ट हो रहा है. पूंजीपति मित्रों को दिया एक्सपोर्ट हो रहा है. वो उस पे रिलीजियस सेंटिमेंट्स आपके नहीं उभर सकते, क्योंकि पेट भरना, टकारना, अरबों रुपए भ्रष्टाचार से क्या आपके विधायक के लिए भ्रष्टाचार कर रहे हैं.
शांतनु को
संभाल तक आज आप अपने लॉजिक को, अपनी बातों को संभल तक सीमित रखिए, क्योंकि संभल में आपके दिन सीमित हैं. जो अत्याचार वहां के हिंदुओं पर हुआ है आप लोगों के द्वारा, वो बंद होने वाला है और इसका दुख आपको सता रहा है. संभल तक सीमित रहे आज आप.
समाजवादी पार्टी तो बहाना है. दरअसल आपको पिछड़े दलितों को गरियाना है. पिछड़ा दलित विरोधी पार्टी जो है,
आप पिछड़े दलितों को इसमें क्यों, आप इसमें पिछड़ा दलित पॉलिटिक्स क्यों कर रही हैं? देखिए, नो, दिस इज रॉन्ग. Why are you dragging the Pichra and the Dalit community into this? The Pichra and the Dalit community did not carry out, Shantanu. The Pichra and Dalit community did not carry out the violence in Sambhal. Why is she dragging in the Pichra Dalit community and trying to pull the PDA card into this? Shantanu is on the debate now. Shantanu, louder, Shantanu.
I want Nahid to read some text. If she likes Hindu text, she can read Hindu temples, what happened to them, by Sitaram Goel. Page number 75, just reading a line from page number 75 of a very renowned book which talks about 30,000 temples.
Please read.
The line reads, this mosque, the Sambhal mosque, this mosque was built in 1526 by an officer of Babar on the site from the material of the local Harihar temple. Who is saying this? The person who is saying this is Qayamuddin Ahmad of Bihar Education Services 1952. He became a Patna University professor from 1964. And not a Hindu saying this. If she doesn't believe this, just read Aine Akbari. The proof is loud and clear. Just read Masare Alamgiri. The proof is loud and clear. Shouting will not help. if the matter goes in any court for 10-15 days, the verdict will be very, very clear. It was Harihar Temple.
What are we wrapping with?
And Sambhal is a very, very important site. Sambhal is a very, very important site. We are celebrating Kumbh for the story around the second avatar of Vishnu. Sambhal is the place where Hindus believe the 10th avatar of Vishnu, Kalki Dev, will come. It's not a normal, ordinary site. And that's why Babar broke it. He wanted to break the spine of Sanatan. That's why he went to Panipat.
You are reading collectively.
The Kalki Dev.
If you are so well-read person, then Abu Fazl in Aile Akbari mentions the case of Ayodhya inch by inch, but there is no mention of any temple being demolished.
Okay, I'll tell you, the most recent report, 1879, Atikur Rahman and Nahid, 1879, British archaeologist, 1879, one minute.
उसी में फंसे रहेंगे. They need a brain surgery. Brain surgery. Then only the condition of the country will be.
Okay, Nahid, I'll tell you one thing.
How long?
Nahid, I want to tell you, Nahid, since you are blaming Yogi Adityanath for everything, Yogi Adityanath is born. Yogi Adityanath,
What exactly are you hiding?
China में होता है ये सब. चीनी माल.
Audio is disturbed. Only Nahid, please. Thank you. Nahid.
भारत की बात हो रही है, गंगा जमुनी तहजीब की बात हो रही है, चीनी की थोड़ी बात हो रही है.
तो गंगा जमुनी तहजीब की भी तो बात हो रही है ना. मेरी बात सुनिए. I want to ask you. Nahid.
जमुना तहजीब को 1978 के राइट्स ने डिस्ट्रॉय किया था. 1978 के राइट जो है ना, गंगा जमुनी तहजीब को डिस्ट्रॉय करते हैं, जिसको आप मानती हैं. अगर आप में साहस है, नैतिक साहस है, तो इस इन्वेस्टिगेशन का स्वागत करिए आप. You should welcome this investigation if you really believe in
Nahid, louder.
Nahid. If you really believe in so-called Ganga Jamuni Tehzeeb, you should welcome the investigation, because Ganga Jamuni Tehzeeb gets decimated because of the riots of 1978.
They are not concerned about the progress of the country. China ने खोद कर सोने की खदानें खोद दी.
Arnab, these are closet riot mongers. They have not grown even one bit from the days of Atiq Ahmed.
Okay, I'd say this. One historical point I want to add at the end. I'll take 20 seconds for everyone to listen to. Yogi Adityanath is born in 1972. And I am quoting from
near China.
I am quoting from 1879. 1879, which is 1879, Nahid, 94 years before Yogi Adityanath was born. 94 years before Yogi Adityanath was born, there's a British archaeologist called A.C.L. Carlyle in an 1879 archaeological survey report says, I believe that the Mohammedans stripped off most of the stone because they bore traces of Hinduism. आप ये भी बोलेंगे योगी आदित्यनाथ so what? मंदिर तोड़ा so what? संभल की भव्य मंदिर को तोड़ दिया so what?
So what?
So what?
हुआ
तो हुआ, तोड़ दिया, मंदिर तोड़ दी, so what? दंगे करवा दिए so what?
Wait and watch, you will see so what?
These are closet radicals.
And ladies and gentlemen, you can't say so what?
Where was
No, you can't say so what, ladies and gentlemen. The Sambhal surgery, top talking point tonight. And as I come to the end of this debate, let's record and summarize with notices using Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. Yogi has set the national agenda by putting his surgery approach on Sambhal. It stands for the resolution of civilizational wrongs for long-term peace and harmony in society. That's my reading. While the law will take its course on the survey, an immediate remedy of connecting historical wrongs in Sambhal would be the proper resolution of old cases in which the 1978 riots in which 184 people were killed. If justice is the first step in Yogi's surgical approach, then a call for a reinvestigation is the right first step. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, the precise reading of a debate in a simpler format using Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. After the break, the big debate, an exclusive story on the super freebies the BJP is going to bring to counter the AAP's freebies. That's a really hot one. Don't miss it in case you didn't watch it. On the other side.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, mass comm, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more.